It's a question of CAT 2019 slot 2. The strength of a salt solution is P%. If 100 ml of the solution contains P grams. So if it contains 10 grams, its strength will become 10%. Each of the three vessels ABC contains 500 ml. Now I'm not going to mix 100 ml. They are 500 ml initially of salt solution of strength 10%, 22%, and 32. So can we say for A, just a second, A solution A is 10% concentrated. So 10% of that 500 ml will give you how much? It will have how much salt here? It will have 50 grams salt. B will have how much salt? It's 22% concentrated. So it will have 110 grams salt. C is 32% concentrated. So it will have 160 grams salt. So this is the initial quantity of salt in A, B, and C. But the first transfer is from A to B. Fine. You're going to replace how much? Now 100 ml of the solution in vessel A is transferred to vessel B. 100 ml of solution A is transferred to B. So in that case, A would have how much salt left? A would have total quantity left for A will be 400 ml. For B, it will become 600 ml. Fine. Amount of the salt from A which is transferred to B will be equal to what? 10 grams. Because 10%. I'll take 10% of how much? 100 grams. 100 ml. Because I'm going to transfer 100 ml of solution A into B. So 10% of 100 will give you what? 10. So 10 grams of salt from A will be transferred to B. B had 110 initially. This 10 will be added here. And from A, 10 will be subtracted. So now I'll be left with 40 grams of salt in A and 120 grams of salt in B. Fine. This was the first transfer. Now the second transfer will take place from B to C. B has already got salt equal to 120 grams out of how much? 600. And C, what was the concentration of C? It was 32%. That means C has already got salt of 160 grams. Now this transfer will take place. So this salt is 120 grams. I am going to transfer 100 ml from B to C. Now when you transfer 100 ml from B to C, look at this. The salt present in B is 120 out of how much? The total quantity of B. Earlier it was 500 ml, 100 was added. That means now it is 600 ml. It contains how much, how many grams of salt? 120. Yes or no? So 120 and this is 600. Now you're going to transfer 100 ml from B to C. That 100 ml will have how much of salt and how much of salt and how much of the remaining part. Look at this. 120 grams is already there. Salt in B is 120 grams out of how much? 600 grams, which is equal to what? 1 by 5. So we can say that the ratio of salt and the other component in B is how much? 1 is to 5. Because 600 grams, 1 is to 4. Because out of 600 ml, 120 grams is salt and remaining 480 is what the other component. That means they are in the ratio of 1 is to 4. So when you're going to transfer 100 ml of B into C, it will have salt and the other component in the ratio 1 is to 4. So salt will be 1 by 5 of 100, that is 20. So 20 will be subtracted from here and will be added here. So now this will have 180 grams of salt and the salt left in B will be equal to what? Only 100 grams. Fine. Now what's the total quantity of C? Earlier it was 500 ml. I've added 100 ml more. That means it has got 600 grams or 600 ml. Out of that 600, 180 is salt. So what's the percentage of salt here? It's 180 by 600, which will cancel it out how many times? 3 by 10. That means 30% salt is there. It will have 30% salt here. Now the third transfer will take place. What is the third transfer here? I'll say C to A. Salt in C is 180 grams. And what's the total quantity of C? Is 600 ml or 600 grams? A has already got 40 grams. What's the other part of the total? That is 360 grams. Now, when you transfer 100 ml or 100 gram from C into A, some salt will be transferred here. How much salt will be transferred here? Let's talk about that. If you look at the ratio here, 30% will be salt. That means 30% goes away. So I'll have to subtract what? 30 from here. And this 30 will be added. This 30 will be added. So the quantity of salt in A will become how much? 70 grams. And the total quantity in A will again become how much? 500 grams, or I can say 500 ml. What's the last line? The strength in percentage of the resulting solution. So that's 70 grams out of 500 grams into 100. This gives you how much? 14%. The answer has to be fourth option.